These are the developing stories this hour. We have our preparations underway right now for storm watch across the prairies. This cold is getting very, very old. And the next round for BC is on the way. Sheryl Plouffe and Chrissy Van with you. Across southern Manitoba, we've seen some active weather today. It's been causing some problems on the roads.
It really has. I mean, along the Trans-Canada, we've had reports of a lot of accidents. Brandon, Manitoba has already picked up quite a few centimeters of snow. And let's face it, through the prairies, it's been relatively quiet through the winter season.
Yeah, we haven't had very much active weather, nor is there very much snow on the ground, which is why we are talking about watching this storm very intently, because this is going to be a deepening low pressure system. It's organizing itself and bringing a lot of snowfall. We could be looking at in excess. Not really all that accustomed to seeing this so far this season.
Sure, and another thing we're not necessarily happy to see this season, the cold temperatures in Ontario. For more, here's Michelle Mackey. Like we saw this morning and through the afternoon, yeah, there's sunshine, but it's not doing much to warm us up.
And just to mention that Toronto, this is the 39th extreme cold weather alert, which is 3 more than last year, to put that into perspective. So we've been dealing with the cold in the east. However, that is going to be moderating a little bit by the end of the week, a little bit. Eastern Canada, on the other hand, we're seeing near seasonal temperatures by about the midweek, but there is another system that's on the way that could be bringing possibly even some more rain and some mixing in the east later on Friday, Thursday.
Yeah, some overcast skies to deal with, and we're going to be seeing some lingering showers through the day. It's as you head toward Chilliwack where we are going to see the heavier rainfall amounts yet to come.
Yeah, I mean, no epic rains expected here, but the system moving across the prairies. But the concern more so is for southern Saskatchewan, and eventually even some freezing rain could even be making its way into southern Manitoba with that. So that's definitely worth watching. And then high pressure for the rest of the week. I'm Sheryl Plouffe with your Long Ranger, and we'll start things off in Eastern Canada, where we have a look ahead starting on Tuesday and onward with high pressure. This is the break that Atlantic Canada needs. However, there is another system that's on the way for a little bit warmer, so we could possibly be dealing with some rainfall and some snow mixing in. By contrast, in the west, it's an active weather pattern. We've got storm watch conditions here across the prairies, lots of snow on the way, and then high pressure builds down. So I want to show you a few different pattern maps as we set the stage for what will happen by, again, the midweek. We've got that milder air. This pattern, that cold Arctic air, is building down for the midweek, and by late this week, that cold air will make its way into the Great Lakes Basin. By pattern, very much like this through at least mid-April. What will be a problem for temperatures is in Manitoba and Saskatchewan, we'll have oscillating temperatures here, so you'll be cold and warm back and forth. But it's going to be very mild and dry in the west, and cold pattern setting up here. This is not conducive to a storm track in the U.S. because we'd want this to be reversed, and that may well happen from mid-April to the end of April, where we get this cold air to push over, at least taking down that ridge a little bit, and that may be a bit more conducive to storms across the southern U.S. I'm talking tornadoes, because of course now that we're in the spring season, that's what we have to look forward to. But the cold air expected to persist until at least the mid part of April across eastern Canada.